Heyo everyone, Misha B. Barkin here. Well, here we are in 2021. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, but it still seems so far away. Things haven't been great in terms of COVID spread, as we've just had the holidays and a bunch of people ignored guidelines and traveled to their families anyway to have big gatherings, completely disregarding scientists and anyone with half a brain advising us not to. Thanks, guys. Not to mention that event. Anyway, that's not what this week's video is about. Today we're going to be discussing conventions. FurCons. The act of stuffing hundreds or even thousands of people into a small area for hours on end and somehow making sure everyone has a great time. How do they do it? Now, I've only been to one furry convention, so I can't say that I've been feeling the lack of conventions hitting super hard. Definitely not as hard as some other furs who go to cons fairly regularly. I had plans to go to Furlandia, Spokanthro, and Anthro Northwest in 2020, but yeah, that didn't happen. Since we've just entered a new year, I figured now would be a good time to discuss conventions and whether or not I believe we'll see them in 2021. Now, before we can discuss conventions, we have to talk about the thing that's preventing us from having them in the first place, COVID-19. COVID is in an odd spot right now, to be honest. The good news is that we have a vaccine that is being distributed, and in less than 2 weeks, the new president will help in administering the vaccine in a more rapid fashion to all of us, hopefully by April or May. On top of that, many cities have been taking restrictive measures, such as limiting business occupancy and recommending less gatherings, as well as masks and social distancing. The pros unfortunately end there for the most part, as people haven't been following said guidelines and haven't been wearing masks, and you know there's a good chunk of people who won't get the vaccine because of various stupid reasons. Obviously, this doesn't apply to immunocompromised people. That is a valid reason. But that just strengthens why those of us that can get the vaccine should, to protect those that can't. If you are unsure about the vaccine or have any general questions, Sailor Roo Scout on Twitter is a furry who has been posting very informative and excellent threads on the vaccine, as well as COVID itself, to help quell our collective anxiety and spread accurate information. If you have any questions or concerns, definitely check them out. Also mentioned before, the holidays and the Capitol storming are going to see huge surges in cases in the upcoming weeks, as well as any other future riots Trump supporters are conjuring up. So no, we're not doing great with COVID-19 as of now, but we could easily see that change if enough people are willing to follow the guidelines. Believe it or not, your everyday actions could directly affect when we see conventions happen again. First and foremost, wear a mask. No, it's not political. No, you're not losing oxygen. Yes, it's uncomfortable, but do you know what's even more uncomfortable? Catching COVID. Secondly, remember to social distance when at all possible. I feel like this is an easy one for us furries, since we're almost all shy and awkward and hate talking to people we don't know anyways. Also, stay home if you're feeling ill in any way. Even if it's not a COVID symptom, stay home until you're healthy. And last but not least, try your best to not take unneeded risks. Don't dine in, don't meander in stores, and especially don't hang out with a lot of friends. That beer can wait. With all of that out of the way, let's talk furry conventions. So the million-dollar question is, are conventions going to be happening this year? I'm gonna go out on a whim and say that any convention before July you can almost 100% guarantee won't occur. On top of that, even if a convention were to decide to happen before it was safe, I would highly recommend not going. I do genuinely believe though that any con currently scheduled before July of 2021 will be scrapped once more. Spokanthro 2021 was already cancelled, and that doesn't occur until late July or early August, to give you a time frame. Past June and definitely by August, however, I feel that most people will have received the vaccine, and then we should be slowly returning and being able to have meets once more. As optimistic as this sounds, this isn't a guarantee. The work isn't over, and COVID definitely isn't gone. We all have to continue to do our part within our daily lives to help curb the spread of the virus so that we can have meets in the future. I personally can't wait to start going to cons once more to meet all the fuzzy folk and maybe run into some people who watch my videos. That'd be kind of fun. Anyways, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!